Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon, Sergio.
Thank you. Today, our discussion group will discuss about why all drugs should be legalized. But before we start, it will be better if all of us can pray first. So, pray begins. Amen. Thank you. So, guys, maybe before we start again, I would like to each of you to introduce yourself first. I will begin by myself. My name is Sergio, and I'm in here as a leader. And Nora, I would like you to introduce you first.
Okay, I'm Nora. I'm here. I'm as a member.
I'm Jaja as a member too.
My name is Rati. I am as a member too.
My name is Rulan as observer.
My name is Arti. My role is as consultant.
Hello, my name is Inti Ayu Amelia, and I will be taking notes during the discussion.
Thank you. And then maybe we will just go to our topic today. Drugs should be legalized. So this is our problem that according to the National Institute of Drug Abuse or NIDA, drug addiction is a chronic disease that affects the brain's reward, motivation, and related systems. It is characterized by compulsive drug seeking and use despite harmful consequences. Moreover, the war on drugs, which began in the 1970s, has resulted in increased incarceration rates. Particularly among minorities and low-income communities, this has led to overcrowded prisons, decreased funding for drug treatment programs, and an increase in drug-related crime rates. In countries that have legalized drugs, such as Portugal, the approach has been more focused on harm reduction and treating addiction as a medical issue. This approach has resulted in decreased drug use and addiction rates, fewer drug-related crimes, and increased resources for drug treatment and harm reduction programs. So, after we're looking for this problem, I would like you to take note on your paper. What is our problem today? And I would like to know your perspective from these problems. So I'll give you time to write down your perspective. So time is yours.
Is this right?
That's good. Alright, have you guys done to write your opinion? Yes, I'm done. Okay. So next step that we want to do is I would like you to share your argument to your friends right here. But before we start, I would like, if you want to give your argument, please raise your hand and then speak. So before maybe I will just start it. Is there any volunteer that wants to share their arguments?
Me.
Okay.
Based on what I found in the medical view and perspective, if from a medical perspective, we know that some drugs have benefits. The certain medical condition legalizing them will make them more accessible to patients who need them. And for the facts, if the FDA considers medicine safe enough to prove that means benefits outweigh its non-risk, the medication you take play an important role. Your overall health. However, all medication have side effects. Warning drugs Interactions, so it's important to understand your treatment, expected result, and alternative medical option.
Sandra?
I think that's enough.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to give my opinion from drug addiction. Okay, from the drug addiction perspective, addiction is a disease. Legalizing drugs would allow for a better education, prevention, and treatment options. And for the fact that I found, I could tell you that drugs are chemicals that affect the body and brain. Different drugs can have different effects. From some effects of drugs include health consequences that are long-lasting and permanent. They can even continue after a person has stopped taking the substance. And all misuse drugs affect the brain. They cause large amounts of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate our emotions, motivation, and feeling of pressure to fool the brain and produce a high. Eventually, drugs can change how the brain works and interfere with a person's ability to make choices, leading to intense cravings and compulsive drug use. Over time, this behavior can turn into a substance dependency or drug addiction. And I would like to ask to our consultant, what do you think about our opinions?
Alright. From my take, if drugs are sold openly on a commercial basis and prices are close to production and distribution costs, opportunity for illicit undercutting would appear to be rather small. Under more restrictive regimes such as government control or less proper medical prescription schemes, illicit source of supply will be more likely to remain or default to satisfy the legally unfulfilled demand. In short, the desire to control access to STEM consumption has to be balanced against the black market opportunities that will arise. Since the risks continuing black market require more patience. Alright? That's the additional information that I can give you guys. Do you guys excited?
I think your additional information is acceptable. Thank you.
It's acceptable to me too.
So for this, let's say this argument is clear now.
Yes, it's good.
Thank you. And that's our argument. May one still have their opinion to share with us?
Me?
You have? So you may speak.
Okay. I will give you some from society perspective. We can see that the war on drugs has failed, and in this world, there is also has pros and cons between this case. And legalizing drugs would remove the criminal element from drug use and allow for a more balanced approach to drug use. Maybe that's all that I can share with you. And I will give some example that I found in legalization of marijuana. The social impact of the legalization of marijuana is believed to have benefits for all age, races, and social classes. Marijuana legalization has been linked to lower rates of opioid-related overdose, harm, and death, which can improve public health significantly according to cannabis media. The rate of opioid overdose has reduced by 25% since the legalization of medical marijuana. There have also been reduction in opioid dependence, opioid treatment, and abuse-related hospitalization. That's all from me, maybe consultant. We have more additional information.
Decriminalization of cannabis use in 11 US states in the 1970s didn't participate a dramatic rise in consumption. Some also point the legal sale of cannabis from regulators out there in the Netherlands, which also doesn't seem to have significantly boosted by Dutch nationalism. Public opinion was showing that most Americans wouldn't rise off to try a health forbidden drug that suddenly become available or likewise used to batter the pro-legalization case. Alright, that's my take for your field. Can you say that?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you for consultant. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so before we move to the next step, do we have another opinion?
No.
Anybody?
I think enough.
It's clear.
Okay, I think that's clear. We can see that for your point of view from this case. So after this, I would like you to write down the solution for this topic or this problem. I will give you the time for you to write down what can we do if we legalizing drugs. So I will give you time, and now you can write down your opinion or your solution for these problems. The time is yours.
So here are the key takeaways that I've written. First of all, legalizing drugs would provide better access to medical treatment and benefits for certain conditions. Second, the war on drugs has failed and a more balanced approach is necessary. Third, addiction is a disease that requires education, prevention, and treatment options. Next, legalizing drugs would up resources to focus on harm reduction and drug treatment. The last but not least, we need to consider the potential consequences of legalizing drugs, such as increased drug use and addiction rates. In conclusion, legalizing drugs should be done with many considerations to balance the usage of the drugs in order to decrease drug addiction rates and many negative effects. That's all for me. Is there any something I missed? If so, please tell me so that I can write it down.
Okay, hands up. Okay, your solution is pretty interesting. Maybe before we started to say your opinion first, members' opinion, maybe I would like our consultant to start it first. What's the action that we can do to prevent drug abuse? So I'll give you a time to our consultant. Now the time is completely yours.
Alright, in my information, how to prevent drug abuse, we have to research and gather more information on the potential consequence of drug legalization, both positive and negative. Identify and reach out to experts in medical, social, and addiction fields to provide insights on the topic. Develop a proposal for a more balanced and health-centered approach to drug use and addiction. And we have to conduct a community outreach program to educate and inform the public about the benefits and risks of drug legalization. I think that's all for me. Back to you.
Okay, that was interesting for our consultant. How is it, members? Do you still have something to tell?
Okay, for me is after I research, I think we should go consider partnering with other organizations and groups that share our perspective on this topic. Maybe another?
Yes, and we should also look into creating a petition or lobbying efforts to raise awareness and advocate.
For my opinion, additionally, we should prioritize funding for drug treatment and harm reduction programs to support those struggling with addiction. That's all.
I think that's our discussion today. The result is pretty satisfying, I can say. Thank you for all of the members and all of the participation today. But yes, maybe before we leave this room, I would like to give some evaluation from our observer. So for our observer, I'll give you time to share your evaluation for today.
Thank you, Savio. I think the discussion process felt less natural because there was an argumentation writing session. It felt like reading a script. Jadi meskipun kita tulis argumen kita masing-masing, tapi itu jatuhnya kayak baca script gitu loh. Jadi nggak natural, kayak yang sambung-sambungan gitu. gestures, I think you should maintain eye contact with each other expressing opinions. Nora should not have looked at the camera, and Rafi looked at the book when expressing his opinion.
Okay.
And reading the script too much, I think it's better to read the script at the key points only. That's enough for me.
Alright, thank you for Wulan as our observer today. That will be our evaluation for the next discussion that we will do. Well, I think that's it. Before we end this session, is there anything to say? No? Enough? Okay, if that's enough, that's for today. And you may leave this discussion forum. Thank you so much for your participation again, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.